Hello and welcome to the Nexus. Today we're going to be doing issue 24 of our Dalek build. Let's get going. Okay, so this issue we're going to be just adding some parts to the top section of the parts we've already done. So basically we've got this section here, so we're just adding some bits on the top here over the next two issues. Now I can already tell you, so issue 24 is here. Issue 25 is exactly the same, just the opposite side, basically. So let's have a look through the magazine and then we'll get building. Okay, so issue 24 is, we get no poster again. It's just the Power of the Daleks part 2. So we're continuing on that story. I can't remember which issue the first part was in, but you know, it must have been at some point. Once again, you go through the episode, through the whole thing. It's almost a step by step, really. We get some really cool behind the scenes stuff as well down the bottom there. Then we get Dalek duplicates. Is that? Yeah, I've never really understood those ones where they sort of, it came out of their head. Yeah, weird. And then, like I said, we are just putting on this top upper panel. So let's get doing it. Okay, so we're just going to cut that open. We've got our papers and some screws. Just there, we're going to take off our little mutant. And we're going to bring over our... Now I'm going to make that a little bit bigger so we can see what's going on. So in our dark brown bag we have two of them. We've got FP and AP screws, and then in our paper there we have the first of the upper panels. Now I'm just going to double check where these go. Yeah, okay. So the first thing we're going to do is our AP screws, which is here. And we are going to screw them on, so we need 4 of those, which we've got. Okay, so we've got 3, which is going to sit just, or is it this one? No, it's definitely this one. Okay. So, there we go. Okay, so we don't have to worry about pipes or anything like that in this part. I'm just going to stick a screw down there. Once one's in, the other ones will be easier to do. So there we go. So this is number 3. Like so. I'm pretty sure they have numbers in, yeah. So so 3 and then 4 in this side. And they sort of sit. Just trying to get them to sit in the right position. There we go. There we go. That one in there. And then this one in the top one here. So it's funny because they're actually labelled 3 and 4. Those 2 bits here, but in the magazine they're labelled A and B, but they don't actually say A and B in them. They say 3 and 4. So 3 is A and 4 is B. So that's all you need to know on that part. Okay, so what we're going to do, I'm going to bring over this part, and this part is going to sit on this side here. So it's going to sit like that. So you're making sure that the holes here are in this middle section. So it's going to sit just like that, and it's getting a lot bigger now. And then we're going to use some FP screws to secure that down. So let me get them out. I think there's 4 that go along here. Yep. So the FP screws are the ones with this sort of, I would say, the wash around them. So just go one there. One here. And one there. Like so. And the last one there, also you get a spare with all these as well. And there we go. So let's put Ted back on there. Like so, you can sort of see now how big that is going to be. And yeah, from the back there, you can sort of see where that's going to sit. Like I said, issue 25 is just this side. So at the end of issue 25, we will have both of these parts up. But that is the end of issue 24, obviously. Just there. It is getting bigger now. So yeah, you'll probably find it a little bit harder to place now as well because of it being so big. Or it's going to be up, you know, it's going to get a lot bigger now. So you do need a place to store it. But yeah, coming together quite nicely. Okay, so there you go. There's issue 25. Like I said, it's literally identical to the ones we've just literally put on. Literally. So here it is. We don't get the pipes running down on this one, but I do know that we do get an issue where there is a lot of pipes connecting stuff onto this. So, but there you go. So this is the main chest of the Dalek. This is sort of the neck section we're working on here. And then obviously the head will be just above this, basically. But yeah, there's not a lot in this one. And in the next issue. Pretty standard, really. Let's do some shout outs, because I know you love me doing these shout outs. So we're going to start with Alfred. Thanks for the shout out. Anytime anyone wants a shout out, just leave a comment on this video. I'll shout it out at the next one. Then we've got John Moretime. Is that correct? 7782. I found it easier to take the seat out of the way first and then fit the bits behind, then put the seat back on, like I did with the last issue. So yeah, a lot more easier to take the seat off and to fit the stuff behind. I think we might have to do that again. There's a lot of pipes to go in here, so I think I might have to take the seat out again. But it does make life a lot easier. Thank you for that, John. And Chatty, once again, another informal episode today. I've taken on board what you've done by taking the seat out first. It really helped. See you next time. Thank you so much for your comment. Yeah, it really does help just to take the seat out. It's only held in with 3 screws. I took off 4. We won't talk about that. I took off 4s, but it's only held on with 3. It's easy to take on and off. And much easier to get to working along the back. Now, there is, like I said, there is still more pipes to go along the back there, on the back wall. So we may end up having to take it out again. So that's good there. Dave McBealds, nice work, Kev. A great idea taking this chair out. It makes it a lot easier. It really does. Yeah, thank you, John. Luke Boy, he's put, where do you find upcoming issues? Okay, so the upcoming issues we find are on the USA site of the Hachette website. Effectively, they've got a sort of information hub where all the issues get put, and they have uploaded up to, I think it's up to 35, issue 35. So you can check out all the issues up to issue 35 on there, really. And that's the way to do it. So you go onto the US site, and then you can just go that way. Looking that way. Okay, ET9. The next section is the one between the dome and the seat. Yep, which we've just done here. Issue 35, we start the bottom with the base. Yeah, I did see that. We do start at the bottom base section. So it's like a metal plate that sits at the very, very bottom of the Dalek. And we start constructing that. And it looks massive. It looks really big. So we're going to have somewhere to store all this, because we've got the head. We're going to have a lot of this sort of middle section done as well. So it's really taking shape at the minute. Thank you for your comment. Dave, looking good, Kev. I would have thought that issue 35 will probably be the base of the head section. As we are working on the torso section, we will need to be putting these sections together at some point. This is my theory, at least. We'll see soon. Yeah. I thought it might have been the base, basically, to this section, or the base to this section, but it isn't, just because we now know we've seen quite far ahead now on the extra issues, so we now know that the base is actually the base of the actual Dalek because of the shape of it. But you will find this with a lot of part works, is that we'll move on to different points and come back to certain stuff as well. There's a lot to go on this middle section anyway, because of how it opens. We've got the gun port stuff as well, outer panels. There's so much to go on in this middle section. So we'll probably end up going backwards and forwards a bit on those sections there. Martin Long, no doubt you'll be taking the seat out again in the next issue. No, I didn't have to do it in the next one, as you can see. We won't need to do it in issue 25. But we do get an issue coming up where there was a lot of pipes to go in, and I think we're going to be taking it out then, because there's a lot of pipes that run down the back of the seat here. So if we take a look at the bottom, just here, so there is a few holes. There's 2 holes at the back here, and if you look down the side here, there's a lot of holes, as you can see, the 2 of them there, but there's a lot more down here where a lot of pipes will go into. So I'm almost certain that we will end up having to take this seat out again at some point, but it's in there at the minute, and it's coming along nicely. As always, make sure you like, share, comment, and check out all the other content here on the channel. Thank you for watching and listening to me rabbit on. If you want my comment or anything, give us a shout out. Let us know in the description, in the comment section, I should say, not in the description, in the comments section. But yeah, if you want to find out what's coming up in the following issues, just go over to the US side. They've got like an information hub section there. It takes you somewhere else where you can actually download all the PDF files. I think up to issue 35. It might be even more now, 37 I think now. And you can see what's coming up in it. And also you'll find other things there, like the Ford Falcon, the U-96, and all the other ones that they've done there as well. And that just leaves me to say thank you for watching. Make sure you like, click subscribe and everything else, and we'll see you at the next video. But until then, thanks for watching, and we'll see you then. Bye guys.
Tune into the channel, Nexus is the name. All the hottest content, you'll never be the same. Laughs and thrills, excitement.